So the next thing we are going to be bringing up, because that segment is over, is gaming news. Every podcast we try to bring up at least one gaming news story each for people that are prepared about, just things that have been going on recently in the gaming, industry. So I kind of wanted to bring up, it's not exactly, I'm not reading it off a script, but you two have heard the PSN troubles, correct?
That's
Yes.
what I was going to bring up.
Oh, well, go ahead, Mr. Technosqueak. The pleasure's ours. You can go ahead and talk about that.
Okay. Um, for anyone that doesn't know, the group Anonymous um went at Sony for taking GeoHot, the guy that hacked the PS3 first. Um, took him to court, and they took down the sites and stuff, and it isn't Anonymous that took down PSN. It kind of is and it kind of isn't, because it's not like it's like a group of people inside Anonymous kind of just went and took down PSN. So yeah, um, it kind of makes me afraid, because I've heard that people who have credit cards on their PSN account, that they could, take your numbers or your credit card and and spend, with your money. And the only reason I have mine up on there is because of I play DC Universe.
Hmm.
Um, I just think that you know, and PlayStation, or Sony, they need to get their act together, and they should have told people about this sooner,
I
because
agree.
they took like 2 days before they emailed, the users of PSN. So uh, that's my take on it.
I completely agree with you. Sony probably knew about this, for a while, and to my knowledge, they kind of just left PSN users in the dark, like as it just crashed. Am I correct about that, or am I wrong?
You're 100% correct.
That I think they should have told them immediately because, as you said, credit card numbers are on there. It's already been reported that hundreds and hundreds of dollars are being taken from people and spread out across, the country and different continents, and that's pretty ridiculous to come out of a billion-dollar company like Sony that they can't get a handle on something like this.
Yeah. They should have, better security. I mean, it's you're Sony, one of the biggest companies in the world, and you don't have, security for your, you know, product. It, I don't, I don't get it.
I completely understand with your frustrations. I don't have a PlayStation 3, so I can say I'm not in any danger of that, but I completely understand where everyone else is coming from when they say that is scary. Because I don't think something like that would happen to Microsoft or Nintendo. I just don't think it would. But you never know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm gonna bring up my story now. Um, have either one of you heard the rumors for the Wii 2?
Yes.
I have not actually.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring up one specifically. It's called Project Cafe. So basically, Project Cafe One thing I want to talk about in particular, though, before I get into the system, is the controller. So basically, the controller will have two joysticks, according to some concept art, and it'll have a touch screen on it. It'll be bigger than the DS touch screens, and basically what you could do on there is that some of the buttons are obviously still going to be on the controller, like the trigger buttons and the AB buttons and stuff like that. But rumor has it that there will be other buttons on your touch screen that you can configure to how you like. Now, I don't know, but controllers are already kind of expensive. When you add a touch screen onto something like that, controllers are going to be ridiculous amount of money, especially because when you buy something like this, because Project Cafe is actually supposed to be more towards the hardcore audience, Nintendo, that's what they want to do, then they're going to want to buy more than one controller, but a controller like this is going to cost, $80 or more.
I heard something about this from a friend, like, I think yesterday maybe. And what I told him was gamers, most gamers, when they're playing um, competitively, against, a fighting game or something, when they get pissed, they're gonna throw something, and they're gonna throw whatever's in their hand at, that second. And I've been caught doing this. I haven't done it in a long time, but, I just don't think the touch screen in the controller is the best thing to do.
I completely agree with you, especially if Nintendo is going more towards the hardcore audience, because if you notice that the hardcore audience isn't exactly walking around with Nintendo DS's.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this controller right now, and to me, it looks like it's a fusion between the PS3 controller and the Xbox 360 controller, and with the touchscreen smacked in the middle of it.
That is kind of what it looks like, actually. So, what are your takes on this, Tommy? Like, what do you think this would sell well? Do you think it would be bad for Nintendo? Will you elaborate a little bit?
You know what? Nintendo is usually the first to try new things, and then later on PSP and Xbox will copy it. So for Nintendo to do this, it's a little risky in my opinion, but you never know how it's gonna do. I mean, this could be the next big thing for games to have touch screens, motion. Who knows? But really, I can go 50-50 either way. This could be successful or this could fail completely. But looking at this, the price, I'm thinking it could be $100 for a controller.
Easily.
Yeah.
And that's too much for a controller. At least I think, anyway, because if a game costs $60, I mean, think of it. The new Wii is probably going to cost, when it comes out, about $250. Comes with a controller, and some kind of tech demo thing, like all of them do. So then you want to buy another controller. So that's $350 just down the can. But then if you include launch title games, you're going to be spending probably over $400 to $500 just like day one. And that's not exactly very inviting to people that already have a Wii. And, things like that. That's just my opinion, but they're taking a risk if this is true.
Well, we still got a month away from Nintendo's press conference to confirm everything, all these, especially Project Cafe and Wii 2 stuff. So, right now we're all guessing it could be expensive. They might actually make it cheap for some reason, so people can actually, get into buying the Wii.
Yeah, that's true. Another rumor with this, Wii 2 thing is that they'll make this system for the hardcore audience and keep the Wii, going and just make shovelware because, let's face it, families who just have a Wii aren't exactly looking to get the next Gears of War. They're just looking for something that's bright and colorful. I mean, I know it's kind of wrong to assume that of people, but it's kind of the way that people make you think. Do you guys know what I mean, or am I just kind of off base here?
No, I know exactly what you mean because my grandma even has a Wii, and that's all that's on, except for like I downloaded her Dr. Mario because on the NES she played Dr. Mario all the time, and she had those, that carnival game or whatever, and a bunch of shit. I mean,
Shovelware.
yeah, and she had Zelda, but she didn't really play it. She only plays like the original Zelda. And yeah, and
Okay.
I haven't really played my Wii, and uh, I don't know. I can't keep track of how long I haven't played that thing.
No, the last time I played a Wii was probably, geez, I don't even know, like months. Like now I just use the Wii for Netflix.
don't don't
I use it
don't
for Netflix.
don't you miss when your Nintendo consoles used to play games that everyone enjoyed?
Yeah.
Hmm